Oh, they were connected. Okay, cool. Which is that? That's my build right there. It's a mini ITX. Has a Corsair SF 750. Has an Intel i9 10 gen. Has a Corsair AIO at the top. And it used to be powered or cooled by those fans right here. 2 notch fans, one slim at the bottom, and one like standard size 120 millimeter intake right there. But now I'm gonna put the slim one there and remove the 120 millimeter, which is that gray one. That one's not gonna go back in there. Excuse the mess. I don't have anywhere to store my stuff right now, and I was really excited to get this done, so kind of didn't care about the rest. So I'm on step 3 actually, which is removing that plate, and then afterwards I'm gonna have to clean off the old thermal putty. And that's my daughter. She's right there. She doesn't look too happy. All right. Okay. Let's get started. First things first. One thing that was really interesting, and I've seen it before on other people's channels, but this is the heatsink to that 3090. Look at it. It is a monster heatsink. Look at this. But to be fair, it is because you could overclock it, or you could like press like a flip a switch and it's overclocked. And I know this might seem dumb, but I didn't realize that it had its own connectors. Like, look, it has its own fan connectors, which makes sense, right? Because it has fans. But in my head, you know, when I buy the graphics card, this is the second one I've ever bought, ever purchased. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, everything's just integrated somehow. I didn't think it was going to have, like, I think these are normal fan cables that I could, in theory, you know, plug into something else and connect these fans and cool something else. It's extremely brand new. I've had this for like a month or so. And I just felt like it dissipated too much heat, and I am working with an ITX case. So I felt like it wasn't getting enough airflow. So I was like, I think I'm going to need a better cooling solution. I could be wrong. Who knows? But I feel more comfortable knowing it's liquid cooled, especially because it's overclocked. So, but it is a massive heatsink. I can see why they went with this. But let me show you the board. This is the back plate, by the way. There's that. I would have recorded doing that part too, but I didn't think about it until afterwards. Like, I think this stuff's interesting, so I would like to one day go back and be like, oh, you know what? Oh crap, I got stuck. I put it in the ESD safe bag because I had started earlier on my lunch, and I was like, oh, I'll just finish it later. I got a little tired, and it was starting to get to the point where like I knew I was gonna need to be more focused, and I didn't want to jeopardize anything over rushing myself. So here's the card. We're on step 3, so before we clean off the putty, we're just gonna go ahead and grab this tiny screwdriver. I'm gonna take off this plate. So this is the next step, according to EVGA, is just the EVGA. Is that how people say it? Just EVGA? I think so. Just take these screws off. And I have some screws kind of all over the place. These are all to the back, but I think I'm gonna have to go this way out anyways. It says that for best performance and acoustics, EVGA recommends that the radiator be installed above the graphics card with the tubing at the bottom of the radiator. Which, I get, maybe it's better airflow. I'm going to try to do this, but I will show you what I'm working with when I try to put the graphics card back in. There's not really room up here, like where this is telling me to put it. There's already an AIO for the CPU, and I'm working with the mini ITX case, with like 0 to 10 very little expansion, which is the Razer Mini ITX, a Tomahawk. So, with that being said, very limited, not much to work with. Let's get started. Okay. Alright. Okay, now that I put the screws away, I get the little screwdriver, and let's go ahead and take off. I was like, what screw is that? But it's for the back plate. And EVGA did say to keep track of those because we're going to need them. And I believe them. I don't see why we wouldn't be needing any of these screws again. I'm almost certain we would need all of them. Okay. Last time I tried to live stream my PC build. I did the whole thing. Shit, I lost the screen. I did the whole thing thinking that. Look at this card. I was thinking that I was live streaming and I wasn't, so I literally was like talking to myself, which is fine, but I mean that wasn't my intention. Look at that. It's crazy how this is the chip right here. Look at it. I like seeing this because it helps me understand a little bit more of, you know, the components. And I probably shouldn't have done that because I forgot that it has the putty back here. Look at that. Yeah, it's crazy how thin it is compared to. This is it, you know, it was crazy. This board is the top of the line graphics card today. Very interesting. Let's move it up a little bit. Just like right there. I don't know what you're seeing exactly, but I dropped the screw and I got distracted. So that's grounds for losing that screw, you know? Damn. I'll try to find it later, I guess. Since I took off the plate, I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning it off. I got some alcohol. And actually I don't want to lose these other two screws, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it. I'm gonna put it on this mouse pad. Where is? Oh. We need a lint-free cloth. Okay. Alcohol. All this stuff makes me nervous. I don't know why. I just don't want to fuck anything up, you know? We're gonna clean those chips. I didn't even get any alcohol on it.
You're not trying to get your face or what?
No, I'm trying to do the.
Because it's not on your face.
I'm just trying to make sure I want to be able to see this later. Yeah, I'm seeing like a lot of alcohol. Because this shit is not coming on.
Let me know what you want to do.
Sure.
We'll figure that out.
Alright. I'm guessing we just have to get most of it on. It's crazy. It says NVIDIA on it. That's pretty cool. I mean, I know it should say NVIDIA on it, right? But I don't know. That's pretty cool. It's kind of like cleaning up a treasure or something. You know, I've never done anything like this before, so it's like interesting. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. I should probably watch the video. So, in my defense, I tried to find a video of someone doing this, and I found someone doing it to I think a 3080, but they're adding their own like custom liquid cooling, and I wanted to see if there's a way to do it in a sense similar to what it's like to just put it on like the AIOs, like when you buy an AIO. I don't know if I'm out of frame, sorry. I don't have like a monitor, a reference monitor to see if I'm out of frame or not. Well, anyways, I tried to look up some videos, see, kind of get an idea of what I would get myself into. And I installed the AIO on my CPU, and I figured there would be some, you know, unique challenges with doing like installing AIO on a pre-installed like cooler, air cooler that it comes with. Like I knew it was going to present its own unique challenges, but I didn't think this through. Like I definitely didn't picture these were going to be the challenges. That I'm gonna do a little bit of screwdriver in here because there's some there is in between transistors. I don't think it's bad that it's in there, but it wasn't there before, so I don't want it to be there now. I can't even get it out with this thing. Maybe something even thinner. Alright, got it. I'm gonna start cleaning the crevices with this paper. It's very neat. So if you want some PC hacks on how to get some of this, so I get the thermal compound out of these little chips. I don't even know what these are. I don't know if it says on the instructions what they are. The instructions are pretty generic, and I'll show you right now. I think they assume some level of competence in the whole kind of process. But like I mentioned earlier, we're at step 3, more technically step 4 now. Wait. Well, it's like step 2, 3, 4-ish, because I was supposed to remove the compound earlier, and then remove the plate, and then continue removing more compound. So I'm kind of like in that area, and it's out of 10 steps, and it comes with all new compound, obviously. It was exciting. I really want to try it out, but I'm like almost 100% sure the radiator and AIO is not gonna fit in my case. So I'm gonna try to have. I don't know how it's gonna work exactly. The radiator outside the case is gonna look a little weird, and then I'll just start to plan getting a new case that will accommodate it. I guess I didn't want to because I like this case a lot. It's very simple. I might even have to think about and entertain the possibility of moving from a mini ITX to either micro ATX or just like the regular ATX. But the interesting thing about that is I bought some parts that are specific to mini ITX, like my SFX power supply, and the power supply is a little pricey compared to what I could get for like a standard case. So the whole goal was it was going to be pretty small. So I'm going to try to make it work. I have some ideas. Don't know if any of them will work, but we'll see. We will see. I might have to maybe put the radiator vertically, and then it's just going to hang there, or maybe zip tie it or something. So it's going to be unorthodox, but I don't want to upgrade my case. I'll even take the radiator to the fucking back or whatever. Alrighty, let's get this one off here, buddy. Come to Papa. This putty smells kind of like actually, I don't know what it smells like. I think I'm smelling the alcohol. Don't get into things. Yeah, cool. That one I did pretty good on. It didn't really get in the transistors. It gets in the cracks. I think that's like within the realm of acceptability, right? Oh crap. Don't you get in those transistors. Don't you go in there. I know it's just thermal compound, but then I don't want like, run a benchmark and find out that one transistor out of the 2 billion, the 1 trillion transistors runs cooler than the rest. And so I get some kind of error or failure because it's like there's no way it's that cool. It has to be hotter if all of them are hotter. And you could ignore all that because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay? Alright. As long as we're on the same page. Good thing that EVGA gave me this piece of paper. It's useful. So the crazy thing is that it recommends the radiator to be on top. But it's just a recommendation. It doesn't say it has to be on top. And I wanted to be on the bottom actually, but the weird thing though, I want to point this out. Points out to be on top, right? No, on the bottom. But where does it expect, does it expect you to bend the hoses from down here to go up? Because the way it shows the hoses is that they're coming from the top of a card to the radiator. However, this is more likely how they're going. They're going to come from the bottom because you can't flip the fucking card. It's not like you'd be like, oh yeah, let's just flip the card. This would mean the computer is upside down, if that makes sense. So it's essentially the same graphic. The PCIe slot is not going to flip just because you flip the card. So that was interesting to see. But I get that the graphic in itself the point is just to get across that the radiator should be on top. And I'm guessing preferably the card facing up too, with the processor facing up. I think that's the preference. But these things are not interchangeable. They're not compatible. If you're to reference the same computer, this graphic should show that the hoses are coming from the bottom and going to the top, and just emphasize that the radiator should be on the top. But that's just my 2 cents. It kind of bothered me because I was like, well, that's not even correct or whatever. But that's one of the minor nuances that, if anything, is not even really worth even talking about or thinking about. Really, it's really not a big deal. Oh crap. So I already fucked up because I'm supposed to reuse the thermal pads. I'm not, but the thermal paste I'm not. Damn, that's why I gotta read instructions. Okay, for sure I have to clean these off though. And if anything, I might have to redo this or try to put the thermal pads back on. I was wondering why we couldn't reuse it, but you actually can reuse it, but just not these. Yeah. Okay, so it says specifically just clean these. Maybe they would get the hottest, I guess. Or to put thermal pads back on somehow. I don't know how it's gonna work, but let's do it. No wonder I was thinking it's kind of a lot of work. But it turns out I'm doing more work than I'm supposed to be doing. So that's kind of a bummer. Now we probably are gonna have failures since I didn't fucking. Since I took off the thermal pad. I'm gonna try to reinstall them. Probably not a good idea, but I'm trying to. Kind of doing these all half-ass. Because now I'm thinking about the pads that need to be put back on. I could have sworn I said remove them. I think it's just I was thinking people online usually remove them and reinstall them. That's usually what I hear all the time. It's just remove them. Might as well clean that really good too. Your hands get super dry after using alcohol. I could already feel my finger is like parched. My skin's about to peel and fall off. Alright, well, clean this and remove all the pads for no reason. So, damn, I don't think this is gonna work. I mean, to be fair, it's just thermal compound, right? Right, guys? Right, let's put it back. Come back. It should be fine, but you never know these days, yeah. So, should have read the instructions. So, reading them from now on. Because it says, make sure to place thermal pads on the back plate shown in the image below as you will reuse the back plate thermal pads. Oh, there's some that went right here. Shoot. Well, they're all covered, so I think that's really what matters, is that they're covered. And I didn't throw it away, thank goodness. Okay. The back plate is good, there's really nothing on there. I wonder if the thermal pads were supposed to, oh no, they're not, okay. Alright, so turn the card over, remove the heatsink from the card, remove the fan connectors, blue, beige, and black first, then the LED connector, black as you lift the heatsink off the card. Remove 3 screws from the I/O bracket and set them aside, and you will reuse them later. Using a lint-free cloth and high percentage isopropyl alcohol, carefully clean the GPU and remove any leftover thermal putty on the graphics card in the graphic regions marked in the image. Try to replace, and these are the ones marked in the image, so I didn't clean. On the other side, I didn't do as bad. I only cleaned what in the image, which is the actual GPU, these little things, and that's it. Nothing, because there's some on all other stuff, but it doesn't say to do any of that. So we're done with that. We can flip the card back over. Alrighty. And put the card aside for now and remove the shroud, pump, water block, and tube bracket from the hybrid kit. Place a pump in the notch locations in the shroud, then secure the tubing with the tube bracket. Use the 2 tube bracket screws in the location marked below. Remove the plastic cover over the pump block and proceeding to the next step. Okay, so what that's talking about is the actual AIO, which makes sense because I did notice that it came like not attached, which is strange. I always wonder why these companies do what they do. The thing's not as fancy. Well, that's fine. I'm not going for fancy, honestly. I'm going for performance. And there's 2 cables, but I don't know where it wants me to route them. Doesn't specify right now. And it does come with screws. What's it, baby? She's not here. Dave's not here. So there's a little screws thing. And what I'm doing now off camera, it's probably not a good idea how to set this aside. So we must oblige. We will set it aside. It's kind of set aside. I don't have much room up here. I'm running out of room. So now this thing. Wow. I think I have to take this off. I said to take this off after I put the screws in. But I can't put the screws in with this on. So, visually that. Or you know what? Let me put this back on. I think I know what they're talking about. Because it comes with that little baggie I showed you guys. Okay. Oh, it comes with, oh yeah, that's right. Jesus, Lord, everything's falling. Some weird screws, which is for what? It doesn't say. Fantastic. Doesn't say. I love when everything doesn't tell you anything, right? That is the funnest thing in the world. Woo! So make sure you install this tubing thing. I guess so maybe the tubing doesn't get punctured in the shipping process. I don't know what screws to use because it doesn't say. Two is a tube. PCB tube bracket is 8 screws. This doesn't make any sense. Spring, black plate screws, metal washers, pump, memory place paint. 4 zip ties, cable ties, rubber plugs to mount radiator. Alright, so 2x5 says 2 bracket. This is a 2 bracket. So 2x5s are not these. Two point 2.58. I didn't say 2.58, did it? No, 2x5. Period. Right. Bear with me, guys. All right. Next step. Remove the GPU memory sink from the hybrid kit. Place it over the 4 mounting holes over the pump water block as seen in the image below. At this time, remove any protective covering from thermal pads. Moving to the next step. At this time, you'll install the PCB onto the hybrid cooler first. You'll need to reconnect the fans and LED connector. Connect the LED connector first, then connect the beige black fan connectors and respective headers. The blue will remain empty. Lastly, light up the screw holes, lower the PCB onto the hybrid cooler. Alright, so now I need a bigger workspace. Obviously. But let's get to PCB. So that's what this called, is a PCB board. I just called it the graphics card, which is maybe one and the same now. I can't believe I removed this just to put it back on. Oh, good lord. So you gotta read instructions. Okay. Oh shit, there's another righty one right here. Okay. Alrighty. So remove these puppies. I don't know where this cable's supposed to. Maybe out here? No, across there. Crap. Okay, but which way do you go? I think I know what I need to do next, actually. So this plate thing. I feel like the cable goes through here now. Because there's like a thing right here too. Oh crap. I touched the butt. Oh crap. There you go. Oh, okay. Come on. I think it might go out that way. Wait. Yeah, might go out that way. Oh, this way. No, which way? What the fuck? Which way do you go? Where does this cable go? Because like we put it on. That goes to that. This goes to this thing. Does it just go in here? Somewhere? Maybe. This way? No. This, I think, plugs in outside somewhere. But where do you... Where and how do you route it? Where's the other piece? Wait, is there another piece? Oh, this one? What if you go out through here? Go out through here and then just kind of see if it can't sit up. Let's try that. Shoot. Crap. I know I still didn't read the instruction. I probably should because something's got to give. Okay. So 2.56.9. missing a screw. Oh, found him. We found him, but I think this is the one for this. Oh wait, it's not. I think it's for this. Alright. Alright. What is this? Oh wait. I think forever. I guess I'm done. I don't really know what it is. Guess I'll need this piece. Pretty much done, I guess. I have to put the little elbow back on. Okay. Now time for the finishing touches. Oh crap, I fucked up my serial number thing. Oh no, my serial number's still there. But I did fuck up some of the stuff. That sucks. I think it's registered already. Oh, there's serial numbers right here too. into the light. I'm done. So I might leave putting the card into the case for tomorrow. But it's done. The AIO is installed. Does it work? I don't know. Oh shit, my phone's dying. Alright, well I guess since my phone's dying, I will install this and give an update tomorrow. Later.